you're going to do
Are you left-handed
is just
or right-handed?
drape over your instruments. Now, that should give her a nice window that she can lay all her instruments on. Everything's sterile. You're good. She's got a nice field to work with. Good. From there, you're doing the transconjunctival. Perfect. So what's your first step? You got it. Dana, what to do? Sorry, ladies, let me do this for you. I meant to plate this for you once you open it.
And then do you have?
I also gave you some Securidox in case you guys want to use that. It's a 4-aught. It's a little bit smaller, just in case you guys would like to use it. I'm going to plate your blade, and I'll plate the tapered and the reverse cutting 3-aught PDS for you, okay? Martin, it's like an old TV show. There is the tapered, and here's the reverse cutting. I recommend you guys use the tapered for the stay sutures if you're going to help her out with that, okay? Okay. On that, you ladies are all set, okay? And you need to steal 2 beads. You saw nothing. I gave you 2 extra hemostats in your pack.
Wait, so why are they suturing it closed?
So the first procedure is, you want to talk it through, Julia? This is yours.
I'm suturing it closed because this is the transpalpable, and you can you suture it closed as an option if the eye is infected or and then once you do that, then you're cutting around it so that when you're pulling it out, it's easier and it all comes together as a whole.
Oh, got it.
Sometimes the eye has received a lot of trauma. She mentioned infection. So sometimes the eye can have a carotid conjunctivitis or a problem in the eye, or even a little bit of glaucoma where there's pressure, right? The procedure she's doing over there is taking a scalpel blade and actually doing an incision on the waterline right there between the blepharum and the conjunctiva. If she misses a little bit, if she would have missed and accidentally infection into that cavity, or the pressure can cause an eruption. The technique she's doing seals the eye up, and what she then does is she actually extracts the eyelid portion, the blephara, from the conjunctiva by lifting in and out. So what she'll have her assistant do is put a stay suture along the top of here and help pull back as she's extracting. So it's kind of like sealing the eye in a cavity before you do the surgery, just in case the worst possible things happen. Because if it is, glaucoma and the pressure pushing off 60, 70, you could flick it on accident, you could sneeze and hit it, and it could rupture, and then it becomes a very bad problem. So it's kind of pathology based. Let's see how you ladies are doing over here. Everything going okay? You guys are throwing in stay sutures. Did you do your initial incision?
And you can do that one more time. So did you do
So,
over last time or under?
With your initial incision, are you going to start high or low? Do you want to do the upper eyelid or do you want to do the lower eyelid? Lower. So I'm going to reach around you and I'll take the blade. So remember, when you're pulling back, what I would recommend doing is have them, they're getting ready for those stay sutures, have them put a stay suture here and a stay suture here. You guys can attach it with like Alice tissue forceps to do some pressure because that eyelid does not want to go. Once they get that, you're going to do your incision right on that line right there, okay? They should have a little bit more pressure for you so you're not clamping so hard, you see what I mean? And you should be able to just do an incision based off that, and then you should start being able to go. I like the photo angle.
Best thing to get it.
So good after this.
What? I'm excited. I think enucleation is one of the fun ones. You doing okay with the sutures? Now, are you doing continuous or simple interrupted?
Continuous.
Did you bend it?
Uh-huh.
What aught was that? That was 3-aught, right?
I think so.
Let me see if I have a larger aught size for you that can make it a little bit easier. This is a much larger aught, so it shouldn't bend at all. You guys might have a little bit of trouble passing sutures through just because it looks like the tissue is pretty rigid. It's a different procedure of the same surgery. So this one, she's going to be suturing the eye closed. This one, what she's going to, you know that watermark where you put the little eyeliner on? She'll be actually doing an incision on that water line. So then what she'll do is she'll extract, leaving the eye open the entire time. Right now what they're doing is they're putting stay sutures so that someone can have a suture in the bottom of the eye and help pull the eye down so that she's not having to do 3 things at once. She'll get stay sutures once she's done. closing.
So 7:10.
Text my wife and say late night. Or no. Good. You guys getting okay traction through the skin? I know it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, right? Let me get you a bigger gauge.
Okay, so that 10 what right there?
Yeah. Oh, you need to like that. I'm doing the throat, I'm doing that.
Okay,
Sometimes
here's
you're
some
gonna do
hot.
throat under, so
Like
This
that.
should let your stay sutures kind of, no pun intended, stay. How you doing? Pretty good.
hello.
Don't worry, I know confidentiality, unless you want to be seen in it. I don't know if anybody recognizes you though.
We're smiling, don't worry. Do you want those, instead of the Adson Brown, did you want the Martins?
I'll try the Martins.
I should have brought music, it's awkwardly quiet.
I'm saying, it's way too quiet.
We'd play Staying Alive in the background, but that'd be horrible.
Yes.
Right? At least you guys know the beat of CPR in that scenario, right? Yes, ma'am. You feel like you're doing all right? Let's take a beat. So, you got your stay sutures, they're pulling back. Can I see your instruments real quick? Perfect. So, you made your incision. Up there, suture up. So remember, when you're doing this, okay? So once you're here, okay, now, so there's the tissue you're looking for. And then on the top, I'll set you your line as well.
You can wait.
Woo! Scary. Okay, so now, can I get a medicine ball? It's down about my hand. Bottom, a little bit lower. Wherever you. That's it. So once you've got the small first area done, can you apply a little bit of pressure on this? Perfect, thank you. So once you've got it done, you can come in here and you can begin pulling the tissue away. And see how I'm just lifting up and extracting around? I may cut the suture on accident. And you see I'm moving. Now the problem is normally with the conjunctiva it's nice and pink and you can see it pretty easy. But what I'm doing is I'm going in between the adipose tissue. See that? So we're gonna go around. We may cut your stay suture on this one, or rather I may. And so that's what I'm doing now. And so see now we begin to separate the conjunctiva from the blepharet, and that's all you're gonna be doing now. All the way around 360 degrees. There you go. Same scenario that you're going to be doing with the top, and then what you can do is you'll have a stay suture put up here. They'll help peel back. Once you start to get it, one thing I will say is the next stay suture you do, maybe make it a little bit wider so you see how you're pretty narrow in this aspect. Start here and then pull out on this side so that you can really get some pull on it. How we doing? You doing okay?
Yeah.
Slow and steady?
Uh-huh.
Would you like me to help you so you can get to the cutting?
I'm almost done. Let's
Okay.
do one more.
Perfect. So I gave you OTT for if your stay suture didn't hold because the tissue is very friable right now. Excuse me. So if your stay suture doesn't hold, and you see how it's kind of getting thin and kind of taut, use the OTT because that's how Bertha and Cheryl did. It's not live. You'd do damage in a live patient, but for Dabber, we'll just imagine we did it the right way. Yes, yes. So, right. So go all the way around, all the way to the conjunctival lining. There you go. Get in there. And then one, perfect. You're using my technique with the finger, good. And do little baby cuts as you're going around, just not so wide, just do little snips. Yep, little snips, and keep doing a lot of them. I would say keep going down as opposed to getting closer to the blephara. Right, because right now you're going close to the lacrimal duct. So keep going, and you'll start to see that it starts to ease out a little bit more. Good. And then go back and around, and you should get all that done. So what I would do, you see how you've got one in and one out?
Uh-huh.
I would use that as your stay suture. I would take a nice kind of hemostat, and I would pull both of these together. Let's see this real quick. Because you see how you've got good torque between the two of those?
Mm-hmm.
And then cut that right there. You've got scissors on that. Good. And you see how that's nice and staying? So she can help you and assist you over here as you excise around.
Okay.
Right? All it is just a little bit of torque, and she's got that blephara pulled out nice and good. Remember, your incision's going to go right around there, and then you're going to start excising the conjunctiva.
Okay.
Okay? Did I play the blade for you?
There's a scalpel blade over here. And it's all...
Bless you. I'm sorry, I'm going to break the field and be horrible. Mock one, right? Mock. And then medicine balms you'll need a little bit. See, she's over there helping you. Work with her because you're going to be moving your arm around. You guys are going to get really close, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You guys doing okay over here? Yes. So you should start to feel it's kind of making a circular motion since it should be going around. You feel See how your instrument's going back in? So your instrument's going to start to go back in at some point. At some point, even all that out and start to get it going. And then go to the top, and you'll start to see that it will begin to inch out slowly and slowly. Yeah, I threw it against the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was trying to get it to fix on the dog, and then it jammed up, and I thought throwing it
Is that
was
what-
Pardon? Yeah, really awkward. You okay? You want me to take your glasses off?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Good margins. Okay. Perfect. Now, you can either cheat, and because you've got that pressure, you can switch with her, and then have her do that, and then whoopsie, whoo. There we go. You can have her hold on. You can have her begin to pull that back, and then you can take the medicine balms and begin to cut while this is in your other hand. So yours, see how it's going to be a little bit easier? So take that one, my dear, and then with your medicine balms, which I placed here, good eye, small cuts, remember? Stabilize with your finger, and just small cuts. And all I'm doing is I'm excising around and getting that connective tissue off. See?
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. Use your torque. Have her disconnect and connect when you need help. Be sure to talk what you need, okay?
Okay.
And remember, the students are watching, so you can tell them what you're doing. They're all staring at you. Okay, don't tell them. I'll talk to them. So right now, she's already got her sutures in. She's made her initial incision around the eye. It's kind of an elliptical design. You should be able to see it. And what she's doing now is she's having her assistant pull back with the Alice tissue forceps to apply some back pressure. And then with her medicine balms, she's actually doing very, very small cuts to get that connective tissue around the eye. If you can see it, if you want to lean in a little close and kind of take a peek over the shoulders without interrupting her, you'll be able